Hey guys, it's Rob Knight, and I've been trying out the Manfrotto Pro Backpack 30, I think is the catchy name of it. I've been using it for a couple of weeks. I've been able to drag it around from here in Atlanta to Buffalo to North Georgia, several different events, and I think I've got a pretty good idea of what this bag is capable of. So I want to give you a quick review of it. It is designed, as far as I know, for a pro-size camera body, so you know, a full-size, full-frame camera with a battery grip on it. So it's got plenty of room. It's plenty deep enough to hold a Micro Four Thirds kit. And starting with the outside, there's a couple of things that I like about it. Number one is this strap here on the back. It's got a really comfortable harness and a lot of padding, but it also has this strap that will loop over the handle of your rollerboard suitcase, which I love. A lot of backpacks have that now, and I definitely look for that when I'm looking for a bag to travel with. It makes it, you know, hauling around the airport that much easier. On either side, there's a zipper pouch. I have my battery chargers on one side, and one of my pet peeves here, and there's other bags that have this, but this bag has a rain cover. But unfortunately, it's kind of a big chunky rain cover, and it takes up this whole pocket on the outside. So it's basically one less pocket because you have to put the rain cover somewhere. This is also a tripod strap that comes with it, so you can hook a tripod. You hook the strap around the top, and you can put the base of your little travel tripod into this pocket and carry a tripod or maybe a shoulder rig for video or something like that on the side of the bag. So on the back here, the back towards your back, that is, there's two clips and then a pocket here for a laptop. And this will fit up to a 15-inch MacBook Pro. That's the biggest laptop I have that I tried it with. It'll also hold an external hard drive and my 11-inch MacBook Air, no problem. So that's great for me. I don't have to take up any of the interior space with my external drive. That all fits right there. You've got these clips on the outside, and I didn't really get it at first until I started using the bag. So the whole back part opens like a normal backpack, but with those clips engaged, you can just open the top and get to the camera that you have resting on the top. This is a GH3 with the battery grip on it and the 35-100 lens. So you can see it's easy. If I'm working out of this bag, I can just grab my one camera right off the top, no sweat. And the other thing is these dividers on the sides. You can open those up and grab a lens out. So you can have a lens on either side on the top and get to it. In fact, with the smaller Lumix gear, I can open the one side and I've got a pack with my extra batteries and a lens under it. So I've got plenty of room to get to things that, that I might need while I'm working without having to open the whole bag. And these clips basically keep the bag from flopping open and spilling out the rest of your gear if you're working that way. You've also got little hidden straps on the outside for a tripod. There's a tripod cup that comes out of the bottom, so you can put a full-size tripod on the outside. And I'll change the camera angle and show you the inside of the bag. Okay, the inside of the Pro 30 backpack is pretty similar to any other backpack, with the exception of these red dividers. Now, the best I can tell is these red dividers are a little bit extra padding and a little bit more security for your gear. They have a hard, I'm not sure if it's plastic, I would assume it is, sort of lining in it. So it's foam on either side and then a stiff divider between these. So in theory, you would put your more expensive, your bodies or whatever, you know, in the middle. It would be nice to have a little bit of that on the outside of the bag so that it just gave the whole thing a little more rigidity. But other than that, it works just like any other backpack. That's just an added bonus. It does come with this little strap here. So if you're using this with a longer lens and you would take these middle dividers out, then you could strap this across the middle and keep the sides from spreading. If you were using the interior dividers, I don't think that's an issue. I just take this thing out. So I've got a few different machines in here so you can tell how it fits with Micro Four Thirds equipment. I showed you earlier the GH3 with the grip attached. That fits in there perfectly fine. For other equipment, a lot of times with the deeper backpacks and roller bags that I use, I'll use the Micro Four Thirds gear. I'll just take the lenses off and fit them in long ways like that. So you can fit quite a bit of stuff. This is the GX7, so it fits in there and it's not too tall, not too short. Works fine. I've got a GM1 in here. Of course, you can stick that just about anywhere, so it fits in here fine with the kit lens on it. This will give you an idea about sort of how deep it is. This is the Lumix FL360L flash, and that fits right in there like that. This is the 14 to 140 millimeter lens, so it'll fit in there even with the hood still on, no problem. It's plenty deep enough for that. As far as about the deepest Micro Four Thirds lens there is this guy, the 100 to 300 Lumix lens, and that fits in there fine. It's not going to fit with the hood engaged, but it fits reversed with the tripod collar on there. No sweat. That's really the only thing that I worry about when I'm looking at a bag. As long as it's deep enough for this lens, then I know it's going to fit everything else. It doesn't come with a ton of dividers. It's basically, people sell backpacks like this for full frame gear, so they assume you're going to have bigger lenses and bigger stuff. So in this case, as I showed you earlier, I can get into this pocket on either side from the top when the bag is closed, right? Like this, I can still get into those sections. So I'll usually put one lens and maybe some extra batteries in either side. And the lens that I normally put here is on the camera that I'm shooting with right now. So another thing I wanted to show you for Micro Four Thirds gear, the shorter lenses, so this is the 7 to 14 f4, well, it fits in there with plenty of room to spare. So on top of that, I've got my 8mm fisheye, and I just put it in the little bag that it comes with, the little padded case, and it fits in there perfectly. So I've got the Lumix Leica 25mm. I can also put another lens on top of that, say the 20mm 1.7 or something like that. So you can definitely stack Micro Four Thirds gear and get a ton of equipment in here. And normally I wouldn't carry that much gear on my back, but again, if I'm at a trade show or I'm working in an event where I'm basically demonstrating Lumix products, I can carry everything I need to carry in this one backpack, including my computer. And another neat thing I like about this backpack, it has a separate iPad pocket that's inside. So that's nice. You don't have to decide whether you're going to bring your iPad or your computer. It fits right in here. And there's a couple of little zipper pockets here for memory card, wallet, or extra batteries, or whatever you might need to bring. So all in all, I've been really pleased with the Manfrotto Pro Backpack 30. It's a very nice looking bag. I took it to a wedding that I was shooting, and it definitely has a professional look to it. And if you're dragging this thing around out in the woods, then that's not going to be a big deal. But for a lot of photographers, like I said, wedding photographers, event photographers, corporate photographers, you don't want a bag that looks like a knapsack. And this has a definitely sort of a high-end look to it. And speaking of the woods, this is not a backpack that I would take out into the field. It's almost too nice. It's a great city bag, but I have other bags that I would use if I'm going to take my stuff out into the into the forest somewhere on a hike. I also don't bother to take my laptop, so this takes up extra space and adds a little bit of weight that I wouldn't need in a necessarily a field bag. But for most everything, like I said, for a city bag, it would be hard to beat this. If you need to carry a ton of gear, especially Micro Four Thirds gear, you can fit a ton of small camera equipment in here. You know, if you have a big full frame kit, then you're not going to be able to fit as much stuff in it, but it's still a nice, well padded bag, and I think it would protect your stuff, and it's easy to wear for a long time. So if you have any questions, please email me at rob@robknightphotography.com, and I'll see you next time.